Hi, Kendra. This is your coach, Sadav. It's so good to see you today again. So last coaching session, we went over your personality trait, strength, and some of the other stuff. And then we also talked about a few things that you're struggling with. And from our conversation, you were struggling with wanting to have a set schedule, less stress, and balance between life, work, and school. Am I right?
Yes, definitely. Those are all things that I want to work on. I feel like my number one thing right now, though, is definitely trying to manage my stress because I was at dinner with my mom last night, actually, and, I was stressing about this lab report that I had to write, but yet I was home all day. I had the option to not go to dinner with her, and yet I chose to. And I sat at dinner stressing myself out because I was supposed to be doing my lab report, but I literally put it off until the very last second.
Oh, okay. So, you're stressed because you chose to go to the dinner with your mom instead of getting your lab report done.
Yeah, pretty much. So basically, based off of that, and based off that event or whatever, I kind of realized that I'm the one who is really putting the stress on myself because I'm waiting last minute to do all these things. I know that I have homework, yet I will lay on the couch and watch TV instead.
Okay.
It's just really recently, I really think my stress is stemming from a lack of motivation in my life, which is really weird because, it's not that weird because I struggled with depression during high school and my first year of college, especially my first year of college, just because, it's such a new life. And I feel like the next 3 years or the years that I'm living in right now aren't that much better. Everyone talks about how they love their college life, and I'm like, I can't wait to be done with it because I feel like these have been the most stressful 4 years of my life.
Okay. I hear you're saying that, well, from what you told me earlier, that I hear you saying that you're feeling stressed out because instead of staying at home and getting your lab report done, you went to the lunch with your mom. And I also hear you saying that your number one stress is because you're just kind of waiting to get all of your things done the last minute. And and I also hear you're saying you've been stressed out because you were a lot better when you were in high school, and then now it's just kind of like stressing you out with the college life and everything.
Yeah, when I got to college, I don't know why. In high school, my friends always considered me smart just because I was the smartest out of them. But when I got to college, it's kind of like a wake up call. You're not that, there's so many other people in the world. And I think, losing that sense of, hey, I'm pretty smart, I'm above average, that's great, to being, hey, I'm average or below average, kind of really takes a toll on your motivation, or it took a toll on my motivation. I feel like that's really where it stems from.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. So don't ever doubt your ability. You were telling me just right now that in college, in high school, your friends would always say that you were the smartest, and that, and now you're feeling that you don't feel that way anymore. What are some of the things that let you thinking to that, to that? What are some of the uh, things that made you think that way? Because obviously you have it in you. Your friends will always compliment you, it has nothing to do with your intelligence level. You know, it's what are some of the things that are preventing you from uh being that, you know, feeling that smart girl that, you know, you were before? What are some of the things preventing you from feeling that way again?
Yeah, so I feel like my issue with like feeling better about myself, like even just intellectually, has to do with my confidence. Like, for example, in my anatomy class, I have like a friend in there, and he always asks me what I get on the tests, and like he always does better than me, and it just kind of like brings me down. Like, in a way, I'm like, are you just like trying to do this to make me feel bad? Like, you know, you always get better grades than me, but I feel like even like my confidence in life is really holding me back from like not being able to feel like I'm good enough, like even intellectually in school.
Mhm. I hear what you're saying, Kendra. Life can be really difficult at times, you know, and it is challenging sometimes. You know, feeling a certain way, and then feeling a different way at another point of your life because you've had a good experience then, but some of your experiences now are actually making you feel a certain way. So
Yeah.
I completely understand where you're coming from, and it's tough. You know, college life is tough. It's another level of dealing with things. You know, you're more independent. You have a lot on your plate. Um, so tell me about like the one of the best experiences that you had in the past, or what were some of the things that you had in your life that made you feel that confidence.
Well, you know, I think that part of my self confidence was brought down when I started dating my ex boyfriend because I dated him. Let's see. So I dated him my junior, senior year of high school, and then basically like 3 years into college. So like a total of 5 years. And it wasn't a healthy relationship, and I always felt insecure. So I feel like that had a lot to do with me not feeling as good about myself as I used to, because when I was single, you know, I was like way more like outgoing and like I didn't care, but then all of a sudden I got a boyfriend, and it's like obviously I like don't want to go out to make him mad or stupid stuff like that. And so I feel like in a way he really, because you know, during that 5 years that was like an important time for me. That was an important time for me to kind of grow up and find myself. And I feel like being in that relationship kind of hindered my ability to do that. So I just don't feel as good about myself as I could.
Okay.
If
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
kind of
it definitely makes sense, and I'm sorry to hear about that, Kendra. That must have, you know, been a you know little stressful for you. But you know, you're already like making a change in your life. You're already coming to me. That's 50%. That shows me that you're really willing to change and that you're really wanting to feel better and that you're really wanting things to happen or differently in your life. So you're already halfway there, you know? It's a matter of like knowing that you have the ability and the courage in yourself, and which I believe you do, and I know that that you can do it, and you have to just believe and build that confidence back in yourself that you used to have. And so just basically from what you've been telling me is that, you know, some of the things, some of your experiences in the past, considering your relationship and also college, um, has kind of taken a turn on, like a turn in your life and how you kind of see things or how you feel about things that you used to not before.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm here to kind of work on myself as a whole, just because I feel like, in a way, I have so many self issues that I need to work on. But I feel like my college life has really, really, really brought me down for some reason. And now that I'm about to graduate in May, I'm kind of like pushing towards, okay, you're about to get out of this hot mess that you've been in for 4 years. Like, it's time to start fresh. Like, it's time to start new. And in order for me to thrive in my life in the future, I'm going to need to be able to make these changes, because I can't live the rest of my life like this. This would be a miserable life if I had to live like this for the rest of my life. So I'm just really trying. I have the desire to make the change, and I know that I have the ability to make the change. It's just me finding the motivation to start making those changes is just so difficult for me. And right now I can't really comprehend why my motivation level has gone down so much, because I want to be successful in the future. I want to have a husband and children and, all that good stuff. But I just am so stuck in feeling this way right now that it's really hindering my ability to look forward.
Okay. Thank you for sharing all that with me and feeling comfortable in doing so. I really appreciate that. And I think, talking to you and having this conversation with you, Kendra, it really seems like you have a great vision for yourself and for your future. And you have a deeper desire in wanting something great happen in your future, like some great things you want to accomplish, things you want to make a change, you want a positivity in your life. And I hear what's kind of conflicting with that is lack of motivation. And what do you think is causing you to, like, what are some of the things that's resulting in lack of motivation? What are some of the things that's making you feel that you don't have enough motivation? What is a deeper or a bigger problem behind lack of motivation that's resulting in that stage?
Well, my thing right now, with myself, like on a deeper level with my lack of motivation is, I don't necessarily like feel good about myself right now, yet I'm not doing anything to change it. And I feel like it's kind of like the mindset that I'm in right now. Like, I'm just like going through the motions and just like trying to get through my week.
Okay. So I want to ask you, Kendra, what are some of your wishes, like some of the things that you want to accomplish in your life? You want to have more motivation. I hear you wanting to have more motivation to be able to do a lot of great things in life. What are some of your wishes from your future? Like, think of yourself like you're in that place in your life and you have a lot of motivation. What are some of the things that you would accomplish from that, or what are some of the things that where would you see yourself to be if you did have more motivation? What are some of the things that you would do?
So I think that motivation wise, like a rise in motivation in myself it would first of all take care of, the not feeling smart thing, because I kind of just don't really try in school. I kind of do the bare minimum. And I mean, I can pull off pretty good grades, but I think to myself, I'm like, what would actually happen if you tried? And I always sit there and I'm like, what would happen if you tried? Maybe you should actually just start trying. But I feel like if I discover this motivation in myself and bring it out, I could really thrive in every aspect of my life, including friends, family, relationships, work, school. I feel like just motivation would really help fix a lot of my inner battles with myself.
Okay. So I hear you're saying that, and I can see it, you just seem to really, um, wanting that future for yourself, and how much it makes you happy when you did have that motivation, or when you do have that motivation, and how much you can accomplish from that. And I can see how happy, how happy you are, and just by talking about it. So
Yeah, I feel like in a way, because honestly, I've kind of just been in this funk for years, and the more I talk about it, the more I realize that for the past few years, I've kind of just been going through the motions and not actually living my life to my best ability.
okay, that's great. Kendra, I wanted to ask, how are you feeling in the moment, or how are you? What is the one thing that you're struggling the most right now? What are your feelings right now?
Right now, let's see. In this moment, I would say I am, kind of at war with myself because I'm going to you. I'm trying to start these changes in my life. Yet I look at myself, and for the lab report, for example, I procrastinated that till the very last minute when I had 2 weeks to finish it, and I finished an hour before class. And I'm just kind of struggling with myself. Why do you do this? Yet you want to change so bad. So what's the problem here?
Okay. So you like I said, we've been talking about it, and I hear you have great strengths, and you really have it in you, and you're capable of making that change to happen. Because I believe in you as a health coach. And Kendra, you're an amazing person. You're very bright. Very you have a really great vision for yourself, for your future. And you had some bad experiences which you shared to me, about, which had kind of bad impact on your mental and physical and spiritual health, and of course has the most damaged your motivation. And you did,
Yeah.
and from talking to you, it just wanting to achieve those things and the wishes that you have for your future, for the things you want to accomplish, you just seemed really, really excited about, and it's something that excites you. It's just that finding that um, area, that strength. So tell me about, what are some of the strengths that would contribute into the behavior change? What are some of the things that motivates you?
Well, in terms of recently, since I'm graduating so soon, I've, kind of realized that the life I'm living right now isn't going to be the life that I'm living come 5 months from now. And in order for me to get through this time of my life, I just need to persevere and, really find myself. I feel like that is finding myself would really help me out in a lot of internal issues I have, which would make the struggle of motivation pretty much non-existent. I feel like if I felt better with myself, I would be more motivated to do things because, when you're not motivated, you don't really feel good about yourself. And when you don't really feel good about yourself, you don't going in public and, well, I mean, at least I don't. I just, when I don't feel good, I shut myself off. And I feel like I'm kind of figuring out who I am right now. And I feel like that's really going to help me make the push in myself that I need to make in order to move forward and be successful in my life, or be as successful as I would like to be in my life.
Okay, that's awesome. That's amazing. Kendra, like I said, we're halfway there. It's 50%, and I see a lot of desire in you and a lot of courage in you. And last that we talked about, in your last coaching session, you mentioned, you're the peacemaker in the family, that you're the mediator. Whenever there's a problem, like, people just come up to you and they call you for help,
Yeah.
So, and you make things like you basically set schedules, you make things happen. Like, people come up to you and you're like their solution, because you told me that whenever we're having a vacation, or like whenever we're going somewhere, we're having a trip, like, I'm the planner, I make the plan. And so I mean, talking to you about all of that, you're already fixing problems and you're helping people out, and you have it in you. You're capable of doing it.
Yeah, I just kind of, in a way, I wish that I would focus more on helping myself versus helping other people, but that's one of my strengths / flaws in life is, I care a lot about other people, but a lot of times I forget about how I'm feeling.
Okay. I hear. And there's nothing wrong with that. I hear you're saying that you wish that, if you could apply that to yourself and be able to take care of yourself
Yeah,
a little bit better.
Sometimes I need to learn to take my own advice.
Yeah. I understand where you're coming from. And so, what are some of your deeper goals, or aside from everything that we talked about, what are some of the things that are outside of the circle, or that's something that kind of contributes to how you're feeling now, or some of the bigger goals that
with my major, I take a lot of stress management classes, health and wellness classes, and they teach you a lot about living a healthy lifestyle, and it's taught me kind of that healthy life, a healthy life isn't just eating well or exercising. It includes your mind, body, spirit, everything about you. And so, my main goal in my whole life, to be honest, would have to be that at the end of all this, that I'm going to look back and say, yep, I lived my healthy lifestyle and I lived the best life that I could have in the healthiest way that I could have.
Okay. That's awesome. That's really amazing to hear. You have a big vision for yourself, and from what we're talking about, from the conversation, and that's great. You want to feel good about yourself, and you're really wanting this. There's a deeper desire within yourself. So that's really, really positive to have. Anything has to start with wanting to do something. And this is also comes and play with your motivation. You're motivated to make a healthy lifestyle change. That where this whole conversation we're having, it's all about the motivation that you have, and you coming to me, it's making it halfway there. It's really like it's all about baby steps, and you've already taken your baby steps, and honestly, everything that we talked about, you seem like a really strong person, and and everything will fall into place. So life is too short, Kendra. We stress about life, and it's too short. It's good to have stress. It's good to have the right proper amount of stress, because that kind of gets you to finish or accomplish your goals. But when you exceed the level of stress, it really does have a bad impact on your health and your mental, physical, and spiritual health. And
yeah.
So,
yeah, I definitely always have, the overall living a healthy lifestyle goal in the back of my head. And I know it's going to take a long time, but I need to actually start making the changes so that, this lifelong process of living a healthy life doesn't take my whole life to achieve. That I can, somewhat at this age, I would like to, at this age, kind of get in the habit of having like a healthier mind and, eating healthy, incorporating all that into it.
Okay.
So that in the future it can just become, like, living a healthy lifestyle can just become a habit.
Okay. Okay, so I want to do a little exercise with you, Kendra.
Okay.
So, what are some of the benefits of staying the same right now? Or
I wouldn't say that there's any benefits. It's more of just my comfort zone.
Comfort zone. Okay. And what would be like some of the benefits if you changed or if you accomplished some of your goals that you would like to?
I feel like it really breaks down to one benefit, and that's just me being happier with myself and just my life in general.
Okay. Awesome. And then what are some of the negative imposes in your life of staying the same?
I know that if I let myself live like in this mindset for much longer, I might not ever be able to crawl out of it.
Okay. And what are some of the positive imposes if you had accomplished?
If I accomplished the change?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot, I think I answered the wrong question earlier. But
that's fine.
If I made the change, the positives or the pros to it would be my other answer. It would just be, just being a happy, healthier person that is happy with herself and happy with, the outside world as well.
Okay. Beautiful. Amazing, Kendra. Thank you so much. I just want to do another quick exercise with you. Just kind of gives me and you an understanding of where we're at. And how important is it to you to change from scale of 0 to 10? Like 10 being the best, and 10 wanting it the best, and 0 not important at all.
I would say the importance of it is 10.
Importance of it 10. And how confident are you that you can change your behavior at this time? From a scale of 0 to 10.
I would probably say that I'm around a 7 because, this whole thing of changing, the way I live and the way I think has been in the back of my mind for quite some time. I know that I have issues with myself that I need to work on, and I've known this for a really long time, and I've put off going to counselors and stuff like that, and I feel like I want to make the change. It's important to me, but, I'm set back by my motivation.
Okay. And how ready are you to change your behavior at this time? A 0 from I'm not ready to change, a 10 being I'm very ready to change.
I would say probably like 7 again.
Okay.
Because I'm definitely ready to change. It's important to me, but I know that there's, that little devil sitting on my shoulders, sitting here saying, nope, Kendra, stay in the house, be depressed, watch TV, don't do anything.
Okay, Kendra, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, coming and talking to me about how you feel. And honestly, I just want to tell you that as a coach, I believe in you and your self motivation, your self determination. From what we talked about, you seem very motivated and really encourage and wanting a future for yourself. You have a great vision for yourself, and I really believe in you. And sometimes we might feel like they're out of our control, but with courage and willingness, and from what we talked about, and how ready you are in wanting to change it, and how confident, and even though you have some of the things that's holding you back, but you are at 7 and 10 for how important it is, and from that scale and willingness, anything is attainable. So next time, since we're running out of time, I just want to do a quick little exercise with you before I let you go. I just want you to find a comfortable position and close your eyes. Let me know when you do find a comfortable position. Close your eyes and just breathe.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Breathe in and out. Just get rid of all the negative thoughts, and think about yourself. Think about your peace. Think about where you're right now, and feel happy. Just let all the toxins out of your body, and inhale all the positivity in within yourself. And just do that about 5 times.
Very relaxing.
Okay, awesome. That's what I want to hear. There you go. All right, girl. So,
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate all. You're really helping me take the baby steps that I need to take, because I have a hard time taking those baby steps because I feel like I'm not doing anything. But coming to you, you kind of make me realize that those baby steps are going somewhere.
Okay, yeah, definitely. And it's all you, Kendra. I'm just here to support you. I care about you as your health coach, and we're gonna make this happen. And eventually you're gonna be where you want to be. So don't worry. I'll see you on the next coaching session, and we'll set up some plans and stuff like as we talked about. Have a great day, Kendra.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.